Hello. Hi. I think everything is working. Hi. I have to do a quick check here. Let's get some little bit of music here. Hello. Now. Oh my god, how do you even stream anymore? How do I stream again? I totally forgot how to do this. Someone teach me, someone educate me about how to stream again. It's been too long, guys. It's been too long. Hold on. Let me get all this shit going here. Okay, I look like I'm live on Twitch. What about the YouTube? Okay, looks like both sides are up. Hello. Hello, hello. Let me make sure all these messages are working. Uh-oh. That's not good. Now, why is this not working? Okay, what did I do wrong now? Oh, fun. Stream up tools, execute code, horizontal checks. Oh, fun. Aren't we just all having fun today, aren't we? Stream elements, no. What is the one I'm probably missing right now? Is it markdown source? Horizontal chat? TLL? Why is my horizontal not working? Did I forget to update a certain things? I feel like I probably forgot to update certain things. Are these working? It's funny because this works. And yet this one... Huh? Weird. These are enabled, right? Okay. Hello! I'm trying to remember how to stream again. What happens when you go from 2 weeks off for so long and then all of a sudden YouTube on Twitch and everybody wants to say hello and you can't even connect to everybody. Uh-oh. Now why are you not working for something? Why is the horizontal not working? Pretty effective with the stream, local? I don't even know what half of this stuff is. Access utility. Why does the horizontal not work anymore? This is dumb. How are you guys? You know, hold on. How are you guys? Are you guys alive? Is there anybody in chat still alive? Also, I should turn on the music just... Wait. Everything's broken now. Everything... That works. Where is... Why is, like, nothing synchronizing and nothing is working here? Now, why is this not synchronizing? I did launch Wavelink. Oh, no. Are you really? For real right now? Like, Wavelink is active, my dudes. Do I have to, like, re-sign into all this stuff? Hold on, sign in. Boy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ah! Hold on, guys. Can you guys hear me okay? I hope you guys can. Just bear with me for a little bit. Okay, cool. Now, why are you not synchronizing? I did launch Wavelink. Why are we breaking on the first day back after everything? I've only been gone for 2 weeks and suddenly my XLR Dark wants to break on me. What the fuck? We were working just smoothly yesterday when I had a chance to work on you. Now all of a sudden everything's breaking. At least you guys can hear me, right? Oh, that's the other thing too. Yeah, you guys can also hear the music being very, very loud, which for some reason just does not like to work appropriately. Music, wavelength, input, output device, yes. Hello? Do I need to like quit my stream deck for a second? Hold on, let me quit stream deck. Okay, let me quit that again. I almost feel like I have to quit this too. Okay, wavelength is active. Stream deck. Turn on. Work. Gotta love all the scuff that's happening in it. I swear to God, I feel like this thing is not helping. Hello! Oh my God, what had just happened? Incarofan, thank you so much for the follow. I love that you're here. I hope you're enjoying the scuff that I'm completely started, and I don't know why. Yes, I was. We will get to that in a second, but suddenly my computer, after you followed, everything decided to work for some awkward reason. I don't know. I cannot explain. I don't know how, but my computer, thanks to you, I think probably, that you followed, that I can actually do all this stuff. Oh, okay. Now we can chat a little bit, and my XLR system should work a little bit more smoothly now. Okay, at 100%. Yes, I have been gone for about a little over 2 weeks. My last stream was probably sometime before Thanksgiving. I didn't have a chance to really chat with you guys as much about it, just because everything leading up to it was just so busy, and I was like, just trying to make sure everything I needed to get done was corrected and enabled. So it could potentially be longer than the last time I had a chance to talk to you guys, but I really had a fantastic time in Japan. It was a really great vacation. Wifey and I had a wonderful time, and I took quite a few photos. I'm gonna have to be very careful about some of these photos because I don't want to, I guess, not really dox us, but I don't really want to do any face reveals and such. So please bear in mind that with some of these ones, I took a ton of photos that did include Wifey and myself, and it was, I'm gonna be filtering through as many of them live on the stream as I can. And so I wanted to do that at least as a way to, kind of give you guys a little feel, especially if you guys yourself have not been to Japan. Give you guys kind of like how it feels going there, especially around this time of year. And because, all of us I'd like to assume, are either some sort of anime fan or some sort of Japan fan in some way or form, whether it be from cultures or anime, music, whatever it is, fashion. And so I wanted to take some time to chat about it and just kind of go through some of this stuff here. But I know, and it seems like a lot has happened since I left the United States for a little bit and then came back. I was like, oh my gosh, like a lot has happened. I just don't know how to process all of it. But yeah, let me get ready here and figure this out. Just also, by the way, let me know how the audio sounds, if everything's sounding smooth, if it's too loud or too soft. I am still doing a lot of background stuff, updating some of the rig equipment. Like I just recently got a Stream Deck Plus, which allows me to manually control like the VLC and all the music that I can play now, and actually adjust the volumes when I'm in here, as well as also play and pause, mute YouTube videos and all that stuff. So I'm able to manipulate more, but I'm still in the very, very early stages. And on top of that, trying to set up the audio system, which nearly broke the entire stream. It took a long time to get together. Honestly, we can go all the way back to the Stream Deck, starting off with that. The Stream Deck, I actually ended the Stream Deck Plus, I should say, the one with the little dials on it. I got for on sale because they had a Black Friday sale for I think it was through Best Buy to get a Stream Deck Plus. I don't know if it's still active now, but that's how I got it. And then I also splurged a little bit more on getting myself a dynamic microphone so that I could be able to talk to you guys and really be able to express without having to push too much without, or not blow out your guys' eardrums that way. And so, yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. Also, I feel really bad that the horizontal stream the horizontal chat isn't working. I'm a little upset as to why that's not on here. Yeah, like a consolidated chat. What's happening here? What is going on with the stream up here? Horizontal chat. Yep. Blah 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 blah. There's something I'm missing here. Hold on. I think I need to run a test, but it's okay. We'll get to. I'll have to figure this out outside of things later on. But let me see if I can pull up some of the video and music, or keep the music going, and then also pull up some videos and stuff. So give me a second. Wifey and I Wifey had a chance to consolidate all of our stuff together. So I'm just got to go to our little. Oh shoot, that's right. Second. This is really dumb. Second here. Every time. Yes. So this is going to be interesting. All right, I'm going to have to be very careful about this. Let me do this first. I'm going to disable this. I disable some stuff here just to make sure that I don't do anything dumb per se. I've already done a lot of dumb stuff, so either way, let me get to, where am I looking for? Plugins? No, that's not one. Node graphs. That's what I need to do. Let me turn that off for a second. I should fix. Nice reset. Can I signal? There we go. Better. Okay, so much better. Oh, it took a hot minute to put together, but please bear with me. That's good. You push me off this bit. Me off to the side here for a little bit. Whew. Okay. Got all that, got all this. I can tuck you away for now. And now for the awesomest pictures. Wherever we have it squared. So we had to, so we flew out. Let me see if I can find the pictures here. Awesome. Oh yeah, this was such an amazing view. Okay, this view, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. How do I do this? Don't need. All right. Window capture. Yes. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Let me adjust the window capture real quick so we can get a good ass view of this. Okay. So we're gonna start off with this. So what you guys are seeing is actually when we were still in the air and we were still coming into Japan. We were actually up in the airline. What ended up happening, so we were on like an 8-hour flight and we were like, okay, cool, we've made it. We had some nice meals. The food was, solid. And then when we were coming into the airport, the I guess there was some sort of issue with landing. And so what ended up happening is that we were gonna land, but then suddenly the pilot pulls really hard, like, and the nose of the plane just like pulls upward, and we all just feel this heavy, like, gravity pull us down on our shoulders and our necks. It was insane. It was very brutal, to be honest. Wifey and I both got nauseous, really sick, from all the turbulence happening, and we just kept circling around for, I think it was like an hour. Wifey's dad was actually checking on the flight tracker to see where we were, and he was saying that, like, he saw us getting ready to land, but then saw that we ended up circling around the airport for like almost an hour. And I was like, what the fuck? Really? And he's like, yeah, you guys were circling for an hour and I don't know why. It's like, he said that there was some sort of safety issue for before we could land. And I was just like, I just remember that hour took so long. I'm pretty sure, like, in order for me to not vomit, like, I just kept focusing and closing my eyes to the point where I was like, okay, just don't vomit, right? We landed shortly after, and then as soon as, like, I kind of stood up to start getting our luggage out, I felt like the nausea hit me and I like nearly vomited. I like felt it kind of come up and I was like, oh, no. I kept my mouth shut. I was like, nope, we're done. We're landing. We're on, good old terra firma, nice ground. We're okay. We'll be good. And so I was just like, thank God. But in the moments that we were, just trying to keep it, I saw this amazing view, and I asked wifey, because she has better tolerance of it in the air than I do, and I was like, hey, can you snap this quick photo? I don't know if we'll ever get an awesome shot like this, like, ever again. And so she did, and after that she put away her phone and she's like, okay, I'm getting sick too. But this is an amazing view of Tokyo, Japan. I think you can see, if I can zoom in here a little bit, you can see how well detailed, especially with her phone, it is. So I'm pretty sure, like, this is Skytree right here, potentially. It's a little hard to tell considering some of the way that this thing is. I'm pretty sure this might be Tokyo Dome down there. But this was such an amazing shot. I was so thankful that we got it when we did. Let me see the other ones. One thing I got asked a lot when I got back was like, how hard is it really to navigate in Japan, right? And the answer is it's actually not as difficult as you would think. It looks intimidating at first, for sure. I'll tell you that much, it definitely feels intimidating. But in reality, it's not. So I'm gonna try to zoom in as best I can with this. So as soon as we got off the airline, we're trying to figure out how to get to our hotel. We just got off the airport, I got all of our luggage. So you can imagine I have like a big backpack, plus my carry-on that has all my clothes. Same thing with wifey, her backpack, carry-on, all that good stuff. And we're like, okay, how do we get to, line or whatever? And one thing that super helped for sure was Google Maps. Like, if there was two things I would recommend, if you could have access to in Japan to help you get through like your trip if you wanted to do stuff on your own. Number one, Google Maps. Number two, Google Translate. Those two easily helped us out. I would say Google Maps more than anything, because I did try to do my best to like combine like a bit of Duolingo and practice and a bit of Take Him's Japanese guide to kind of find words and vocabulary so I could at least be semi competent, or at least, you know, elementary enough to be able to talk to a Japanese person and ask a specific question. But at the same time, you guys can clearly see here, you know, Google Maps will help you, like, especially if you're trying to get through the train system. It can be very complicated. But at the same time, they actually do write a lot of their stuff in English. So you can see here, like Keikyu line, the Hawajima line, Diamond, Shimbashi, Asakusa, Oshiage, and all this really cool stuff. Like, this looks complicated as fuck, but if you use this in combination with like stuff like Google Maps, like Google Maps will tell you, okay, take this train, it's gonna go a bunch of these stops, and then you get off at this station here, transfer to another train called this one, and then you go for another couple stops, and the next thing you know, as long as you follow that fairly well to the T, you should get to your destination within the time frame that Google Maps says it does. And it's like omega helpful. Like, I could not remember this, but then I just go on Google Maps and be like, hey, I want to go from here to here. And then Google says, okay, take this line. It'll cost you this much. You should leave it around this time. This is how much it's going to cost. And, you know, this is how long it's going to take you. And it was fantastic. And then little things in Japan that really do help like tourists out, especially if you don't know anything. I'm sure in other train systems they have something similar, but this one is like labeled where it's like, if you are on, let's say for example, the Toei Asakusa line, right? If you're looking for a destination like A20 or like Oshiage, if you can't remember Oshiage, you got to remember like that's A20, or remember A18. If you're on the Keikyu line, look for KK20 or 29 or 11, 12 and whatever. If you see that you're going in a certain direction, like if it's descending numbers, that tells you kind of what the direction you're going, and that'll help you, especially on Google Maps, because they'll tell you like, oh, you're on KK, I don't know, 17, and then you need to go down to KK6, and that helps a lot, because I can at least understand that, okay, if I'm going in a descending order from 17 to 6, then I'm on the right train, at least. There's a lot of thinking into it, but for the most part, you can navigate yourself around pretty well with a lot of the English they've laid out for you. It's amazing, honestly. Let me see. All right, let's see. So I don't know how this is organized. To recheck how this is. I don't know. Wifey and I kind of have this a little bit scattered at the moment. How do I have this view sorted out? Oh, that's how I have it sorted. Let me fix this up here real quick. Awesome. I think this is gonna fix a majority of the things. Okay, so how much can I really expose? Okay, I have like a lot here. There's probably a couple of repeats here as well, I will not lie. Okay. One cool thing, oh yeah, here, just pull this up for a second. We had a little onigiri, showing. Nope, switch it, there we go, there we go. Onigiri, absolutely delicious onigiri, absolutely fabulous, 100%. Super simple, super easy. I think this was a miso. This one was interesting. It was like a miso paste mixed onigiri. I forget what it was mixed in with. I don't know if it was tuna with miso paste, but this was part of our breakfasts that we had. We stayed in Asakusa, which is like in one of the more touristy parts, but the hotel that we stayed at was right next to the train station, and amazing. As soon as we got like, it took a while for us to get used to the train system. I'd say at least a good 5 or 6 days. Focus, welcome back. It's good to see you. Thank you. Just talking about my Japan trip and showing off some photos. This was part of like the breakfast buffet that I had when wifey and I first arrived at our hotel. Had a nice little onigiri that they make, and they had like different flavor onigiris between like tuna and salmon combined with like miso and all this stuff. Oh, the food was fantastic. I miss the food. Like, that was immediately the first thing when I had a meal back here. Was one, the food was delicious, and the food was super cheap. Super cheap. And I'm like, oh, take me back for the food alone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let me pull up some more pictures while I can, guys. Yeah, so we started our day, like, I think it was like, so day 0, really, we actually went out and got ramen. I don't know if I can find the ramen photo that I have here. It'd be in here somewhere. Ooh. It's all mixed up here. Oh boy. I think I have to go through my photos here. This won't get added. What the hell? Anyways, okay, this is gonna be jumping around a little bit since it was really hard to consolidate a lot of our photos, so bear with me here, and I'm gonna try to do my best to not like, dox us in any way. Yeah, okay, so switch this, yep. So this was Ueno Park. This was like probably our first day. We did have a day 0. We went out and ate ramen. But I don't know where the footage went for that. It's buried somewhere. It's on my phone, but I can't even do that right now because like my computer's been acting up ever since I got back. That's why like even chat right now is a little all over the place because I can't even see you guys above on the thing, but I can still read you guys here. You know, I don't have it visually displaying for some reason, and I gotta figure out why. Anyways, it's Ueno Park. It's our first day. We were initially trying to. My computer didn't want to leave Japan. My computer didn't want to go to. I couldn't take my computer with me to Japan. Honestly, I really wanted to like. At this point, I want to say I want to move there. I would like to spend a good extended vacation there. If I could, I would stream there. Honestly, way more. There's so many like sick things I can do in Japan. This was a Ueno Park. This was like our first day. We didn't really know what we were getting into, so we just kind of started there. And we found out there was like a Hello Kitty 50th anniversary museum like tour thing going on. And we were like, oh, let's go see if we can get in. Apparently you can't get in normally. Apparently it's like a raffle or something in order to get those, and you had to like pay and hopefully you get it. I mean, Japan is great as a tourist, but living here might be a little bit more complicated. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have wifey has a friend who works in Japan, and he's got a lot more confidence than us, so he can handle like taking on any of the social pressures about that. You know, like I hear about all the social pressures when it comes to either working for a business or working for an organization, but he's like I'm good. It's like if they try to pressure him to do anything, he's like, no, I don't want to do it. He's very self-confident, especially. So yeah, it's crazy to think I would never work in Japan, but I would love to just keep coming back as a tourist, honestly. Yeah, so the park in Ueno is gorgeous. It's nice. There's a lot of people obviously walking around. I think ahead, I remember, yeah, this is the zoo is like right here, but we didn't go into the zoo. Funnily enough, when we were at the park and just kind of checking around, we found out there's a koi fish competition, right? There's a koi fish competition, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find some of the koi fish that I took a picture of. I think this is the only one I have that doesn't have wifey in it, so I'm gonna try to load this one instead. So the koi fish were essentially the size of a dog, like a small, medium-sized dog at one point. This one, yep, that's that. And it was insane to even think about, because it was insane. Because I was like, okay, how big can koi fish really get, or like how do you judge koi fish? And it was like apparently you can base it on size, the color, you know, the sheen, the healthiness. I don't know. There were so many different little things, and we just randomly walked in and found this place, and they were just advertising it. Yeah, it's about, these ones were about as big as my forearm, which is about at least, I'll say like a foot, like 1 foot, one Freedom American unit foot. So maybe a little bit more, but there were some that were as big as, like, I almost want to say like a 5'2" person. Like they were massive, and I have them, but unfortunately my wifey is in the photo and she doesn't want to be doxxed or anything like that. But but understand that like those things were massive for sure. Oh, maybe oh yeah, these were on the same day, huh? One of the highlights we had a chance to was also be able to enjoy some awesome food. This was, let's see here. I'm gonna have to do a better figuring out how to do a slideshow. Like this is pig's ear, if I remember correctly. This was a barbecued pig's ear, and it was, I think so. I don't know. It was like some sort of like sweet soy sauce, and I got this at a random vendor in the park near the shrine in that area. I never really had pig's ear. I think I have, but I didn't have it in this version or this variety of it. And oh my god, like we just bought this and it was only like $3 for a skewer, which I don't know if that's really expensive or not, but I would say it's pretty. It was sweet. It was like a sweet, tangy, like soy sauce flavor. Nice and sweet, a little bit of salty. The char was just really well done, and you can tell it's just like, it's not even like it was just like this local guy who's setting up his stand because he's trying to, you know, make some money for his family or whatever. He's just you know, he doesn't look like he's like a corporate like a corporate worker in any way. He's just like one of those cooks that you just randomly run into. So that was delicious. And then the other thing that we got, I gotta make sure, I don't think this one is wifey. So wifey's a little bit in there. Yeah, those stands are, yeah, it's basically one of those stands. Here, this one. Yes, so this one is a little bit more like crab meats that was barbecued. Nice little char, put on some QP mayo and some spices on it. That one was just really good. It's amazing. And the thing is like, I come back to it. I thought that I was gonna be worried that, because I tend to eat a lot, that I was gonna have to be like, okay, I'm gonna like double portion everything because I'm extra hungry when I can, because portion sizes are small. But I feel like with Japan, they figured out like that there's like that nice balance of like, okay, you don't have to eat everything, and they portion it well and strengthen the flavor to make sure that, you know, when you're tasting the food, the taste is enough, satisfying enough to be Ooh. Excuse me. Ooh. Yeah, the flavor is like strong enough that you don't have to ask for more food or like, you know, double down on food, because like the flavor is so like strong enough to keep you satisfied until your next meal. Let me drink a little water here. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes it might be a secret recipe. Sometimes it's just like a technique that they end up learning, you know? It's insane. Oh, that one's still up. Let me see. I think along our way, trying to see what else we got here. Oh yeah, along the way we also ended up in, you know, many different stores and such. One of those things is called Book Off, if you're familiar with it at all. So we do have a Book Off here in the States, where essentially you're able to, you know, pawn off some of the items that you have or anything that you know, don't use or need anymore, and, you know, resell it, and then they get to essentially resell that stuff. So Book Off has a few other variations in Japan which specialize in like different hobbies and specifics. So my brother-in-law, he's like super into cameras, and we were at like one of the spin-off Book Off areas, and I took a picture of this this wall of cameras that are all used cameras that people can buy. I say, and I'm not as familiar with lenses and the pricing of lenses, but I imagine that these are probably some solid, you know, camera lenses, stuff like that. I only know enough just to get by, but I do know like a nice EOS 60D. That was like a really classic one. I don't know what variation or version of that one is, but it's a really nice. Pentax I've never heard of. Nikon, of course, we all know. Sony. Yeah, we got the Sony A series here, and then all these beautiful lenses here that you can just pick up along the way. I was almost tempted to like look and see if I could buy one, but I don't really have. I have a mirrorless DSLR. It's the brand. I can't remember. It's not. It's I think if like Fujifilm or something like that. So it doesn't really work alongside Lumix. It's a Lumix. I think like, yeah, it's like a Lumix camera. G7, I think. It's an older one, but it still does like 4K photos. But yeah, for like my brother-in-law, I took this photo and sent it over to him. I was like, hey, let me know if you need me to buy anything. And he's like, I'm good. Thank you for showing me though. It's an amazing collection to look at. And like, that's the thing. A lot of secondhand stuff in Japan is fantastic. Between that, we were just wandering around the streets, just enjoying, having a good time. We also stumbled upon, does it have wifey in it? I just gotta make sure. This one has, so I'm gonna use this photo. So there's this photo, which actually does have the name of the whatchamacallit, the thing. So this one was like an artisan alley area. And so what it is like essentially you can get like some really nice specialty stuff done here. So wifey found an amazing leather wallet that was really nice and compact. It looked really good, and it was fairly expensive, but it's like a one of a kind. No, I wouldn't say one of a kind, but like definitely a unique piece of wallet to have. I was actually really jealous about it. Wifey bought it for herself because she really wanted to get like a really nice wallet. Because the one that she brought with her was like really bulky and really difficult to navigate with. And so when she got that one, I was like, do I want to buy one for myself? And I kept thinking about it for like almost the entire trip of being like, I need to go back to this place so I can buy that wallet. And I realized I was like, I think I'm okay. I think it's just like the wallet that I was using at the time was pretty cheapo just because it was part of a set stuff that I had. It's like, even if it's expensive, if it lasts for years, it's fine. Yeah. This one definitely looked like it's gonna last because everything was made with like genuine leather, and so he like crafted it himself. The other cool thing that he had, which was a really unique piece, was that he essentially created a wallet bag, right? So like your entire wallet is a bag, and then so you can access your cards, your keys, everything like that, and that's just your wallet. And you can just put it like a crossbody strap across it and then just carry it around with you like a crossbody bag. And I was like, that's actually a really cool design. Except that one, unfortunately, I think that was a prototype that he was showing off, and he was doing like a Kickstarter. I think it was like a Kickstarter or like either like a Japanese or Asian version of a Kickstarter, or if he had enough, he would be able to sell these. And then I think the first X amount of people would get like, I don't know, like a $50 discount on it. But like the wallet itself ended up like that kind of particular bag wallet would have come out to like $300 US. And I was like, ooh, that's a little hard to pull. And all of it was still prototyping. So we're like, oh, do we really want to sink 300 not knowing it, and essentially wifey not being able to use it until basically when she gets back and sometime next year, or like, you know, I don't think it shipped out until like next year or something. So yeah, unfortunately she couldn't get that one, but the wallet she did end up with was actually really good. Actually, I think I still have the photo of like the guy's stuff here. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is the leather wallet, and then I think this is a QR code. I know for sure it's not spam, so don't worry about it if you ever want to look it up yourself. But he has like these very unique designs when it comes to a wallet that I had not seen in like commercial wallets. So if you ever want to look up his stuff, I don't know if he ships internationally, but it was a really cool artisan there. Yeah, he has a YouTube channel. I don't know. Hold on, can I even pull this one up? I'll have to do this through my phone and then try to find the exact thing, because I don't know the exact Japanese portion of it. Is this gonna work? Artisan Factory, is that name? Yeah, Artisan Factory is what it's called. Let me see if I can pull it. It was such a cool thing. I can probably find you wifey's exact wallet. Artisan. How do I spell that? Artisan. Really just. Sorry, I'm trying to like type. It's weird because it's like, I don't know. There it is. Awesome. Okay, hold on. All right, website property. Website, there we go. Yeah, this is the guy. I'm gonna try to read it as best as I can. Ari Zen. I'm pretty sure that just says Artisan Factory in Japanese, katakana. So he has all these types of like wallets, and so okay, here's the one I was talking about. See if I can to play appropriately. Is this? Am I blocking anything here? Ooh, hold on. Let me pause this. So Hold on. So what you guys are seeing here is his wallet style bag, which is a really cool piece. Oh, is the audio cutting every time you don't speak? This might be a case. This might be an issue. I don't know if you were here earlier, Crocus, but I have been working on a new set. Yeah, it's a wallet purse. So yeah, so this is a wallet purse. This was like a very unique design that I had never seen before. And I believe that we met the artist who made it and was doing like a big old Kickstarter on it. And it's really cool. Honestly, I was like, I'm surprised no one had really thought of it at the time. Like you can slide your phone in. It's like just compact enough for everything that you really need. And it's like not over bulky or anything like that. And it looks sleek and stylish. Especially it was designed around like the whole Japanese wallet, especially with wallet, you have to carry coins with you, and that can be very annoying if you have to carry like a separate bag just for your coins. So having that all compact into one elegant design, I was like, wifey and I saw this and I was like, and she kind of turned to me and she's like, I really like this wallet. And I was like, I like this wallet too. And I was like, I mean, it's probably not for guys, but if I could, I probably would want a wallet like this. And I would be kind of mad if you don't end up buying one. But we found out, like I said, it's just a prototype that I believe they were still kickstarting, I believe. It was like an Asian Kickstarter from what I remember. Tells you like this is the leather that he has, and you even get to fit your keys. They show you like the process of it. It was like this. There was like a demo video at the artisan shop, and I was so amazed by this. I was just like, and I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting really old, maybe, and I'm just like, I want efficiency. This is like hella efficient in my opinion. Yeah, you can easily tell like this is 100% designed for Japanese like on the go kind of thing. Like that was the other thing too, was like I don't usually see wallets that have like key designs in them where you can stick a key in there, like a house key or something. Maybe, but too easy to pickpocket. Maybe. I'm not sure. But that's the thing. In Japan, the likelihood of you getting pickpocket is very less. Very, very low. Oh, here it is. I think this is wifey's yes, this is wifey's wallet. This is the one we ended up buying one for. Super clean design. Really nice for the coins. Very compact and well put. You have a slot for a key. Slots for your coins or for your bills, I should say. And then there's a point where you can have, I believe on the other side, where you can have your Suica card to be able to, you know, put onto the train pass when you have to get through the train gates and stuff. It might be. If it is too easy to pickpocket, we'll have to wait and see. I hope that he takes that into consideration for design. But then again, it's like, I don't know. I would probably keep it really close. I wouldn't keep it like I wouldn't keep the wallet very loose per se. I think it would be like outside, like a nice leather strap should be able to hold it down pretty well. Yeah, but if you want one anywhere outside of Japan, it's a bit too easy to pickpocket. I see. Just kind of like stand to the side, turn it, and then everything kind of drops. You slide in, grab whatever you need, and run out. Understandable. Especially if all that pops out appropriately. Maybe it's just because of that Japanese idealistic, you know, society vibe that you're just like, oh, this would be an amazing design. Strengthen the straps. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So this is like this is wifey's wallet. Like I said, it's an amazing wallet that's so well compact. I'm just like, I was jelly as fuck, and I'm still kind of like, maybe I should have bought one for myself. I kind of regret it now. Yeah, 100%. Yep. Tap cards for tap pay. Cards pulling out. I kind of regret not buying one. Kind of regret it a little bit now. The more that I look at it, I'm like, oh, why? Why did I say no? Why did I stop? Oh, man. But yeah, so yeah, if you ever want to check out his channel, it's Artisan Factory, like at Artisan Factory. It's Japanese. I think there's probably still some stuff, but you can probably use like Google Chrome and Google Translate to see if you guys can buy your own wallets. But that Artisan, yes, I will admit, I think it was pretty pricey. I think it was like $70 for the wallet, but it's leather handcrafted, and I think it was. I'll have to go back. Yeah, I do have to go back. I do have to go back, honestly. Oh my gosh. And then I think we went around and did a lot of shopping, just did a lot of, huffing it and exploring. We walked on average, I think, anywhere between 10,000 to like 30,000 steps a day. And at first, like in the beginning, it sucked for like the first few days because like my body wasn't used to it. But like by day, I want to say day 4 or 5, I was kind of like I kind of got really used to it. I was just like, all right, load up and get ready to go. Another, 20,000 steps and we're good to go. It was so worth it. Like 100%. Like getting around there and how beautifully walkable it is. I was just like, I wish I could just, I felt like I was getting healthier, even though I ate like a lot of like really shitty food, but it was so good. And shitty, I mean by like really high calorie dense foods and stuff. Nothing that tasted bad. Moving along, we actually did go to, so wifey showed me this one, so we had to go do it. So in Japan, when you do a signature, they call it a hanko. And instead of like a signature like you would do like in the States, a hanko is like a stamp or like a seal of approval or something like that, right? So in Japan, you would get one with like your name or your, I don't know, I think like your name or something in kanji or so. And that would be like, your official stamp, your signature on like official documents, right? Well, instead of getting like the official one, wifey found a place where you can kind of get like joke ones, and they do it like nice and custom combined with like some of the pre-made graphics that you can pick from. So let me see. I got this, if I can find it here appropriately here. Second. Yep, that's the one. So this particular one, I got like UFO, and I got it to say Chris on there because I could only put like 5-6 letters on there. And so I got it for Chris, and I have it right here. I have it with me. So now I've thought about like if I started doing like signatures or stamps, I should bring the hanko with me. And it was like, oh, you need me to do a signature? Just take the stamp and just like put it down or something. I just thought it would be really funny. So now it's like if you want a signature, it's like, okay, let me bust out my hanko and just like click. And so there's like a few designs I had like thought about it, and there was like some other ones that were really funny and cute, and I think, is there a few of these? Yeah, wifey was heavily wifey ended up with, I forget which design she ended up going with, but one that I had almost committed to was this one, where it was like the UFO with the cow on it. But the problem is that when they said like if you're gonna write your name on here or you're gonna do like a little stamp of approval, where the kanji is sitting is basically where the letters would sit. So it would essentially say Chris like downwards that way, and so it looks kind of like awkward, honestly, because they showed some examples of that, and I was just like, ooh, this is kind of weird, and I was like, I don't know how I can fix that, but I love the cow. They had like at least well over 50 designs. If you're ever in the area, I don't even know what the area is. We found it on, wifey found this on Instagram, and I was like, that looks cool. I am so down as long as we can find the address. And while we were there, after we requested to have our own stamps done, I think they were a little pricey. I think it was like around $40 US roughly. Was it maybe a bit tilted? Maybe no, it wasn't that it was tilted. It was just like my name would be vertical, and it the English language is kind of weird. So like, or it would just be kind of weird because then like even if I rotated my letters right to say Chris like sideways, or even I've rotated it that way, it just kind of would have been weird overall. So I just kind of settled with the other one because I thought, okay, at least my name's gonna be across. It's got a UFO. It's kind of cool. Kind of just went from there. And so while we were out there, we had to wait like about an hour and a half for our stamps to be made. And so we went to go check. Where's all the footage of this? It's like I feel like I'm missing like a ton of pictures for some reason. Let me see if I can resort this real quick. Sort this by date modified. Let's see. I think I'm trying to find where it's like a little bit more organized. Wait, hold on. Let me put this sending. This will fix it. Oh. Take that off. That's weird. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. So hold on. Let me fix this up real quick. Take that off. Modified. Okay. Sorry, the Google Drive's the OneDrive's acting kind of weird right now, so I'm trying. Top here. Oh, this is the final date. So let me go to sending. That's it. Okay, here we go. I think this is a little bit easier. Oh yeah, there's a lot more. Oh yeah, no. I'm very, very careful. That's why like I'm being very, very careful about which pictures I select. Oh, here we go. Some of these came out a little bit better. Yeah, some of these extra photos came out. Where did we pull this out? Oh yeah. So this is weird. So this is going back a little bit. We found some random hats. I mean, this will explain for itself. It's literally that, like a bear fedora hat, and it's like, oh Jesus, hold on, what is happening? Don't dox now. Don't try to dox here. I was worried. I was like, where did that go? What happened there just now? Okay, let's see here. Let me close up some of these pictures so that we don't mess up accidentally here. What the? I don't even remember. It's just funny because like I'm trying to be extra careful here. Oh, wait. Was that also on the same day? I don't even remember at that point. Anyways, I wonder if I can find this photo. So this is the area here. I got this in proper Yeah, there we go. That worked. So this is a nice little area where we were actually kind of spending around 1.5 hours in. We ended up drinking and eating. We drank some sake, some nice warm sake nearby. And then we also had this really good it's like a beef stew, almost like a pork stew, because we were actually near a local butchery shop. And I think what happened was like the butchers were taking like some of the meat that wasn't selling well, and they just kind of made a nice little stew, and they sold it for like 500 yen a bowl. And these like these really simple bowls with like some basic chopsticks. And we were like, okay, it's getting cold. We want to munch on something while we wait. So we found that spot and we're like, hey, 500 yen, and like we're cold and really hungry, so why don't we do that? So grab that, and I was like, oh gosh, it was delicious. It was fan-freaking-tastic. Oh yeah, here's like a nice little aesthetic shot. If I can, it loads. This one I took this photo, like I thought it was like a really cool aesthetic shot. I don't know why. It had like such an interesting vibe to it, just because like the green light from one of the lampposts was just kind of going off. I was like, this has got some serious color to it. I was like, let me take a quick snap of this. Yeah, no, for real. It's insane. It's so freaking gorgeous. And I was just like, why does Japan got to be so goddamn aesthetic all the goddamn time? It was crazy, you know? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we eventually got our stamps, and it's fantastic. And then I'm just trying to go down the list. I think we also hopped around to like Tokyo Skytree, and there was the Christmas market, and it's like crazy busy. Oh, that's the other thing. If you're in Japan during Christmas time, right? Christmas is treated like almost like a Valentine's Day, like a whole season of just straight Valentine's Day things, because there's so many things that are out there just for like couples to do. Very nice romantic lighting, beautiful views. It's very couples driven. Like they'll have Christmas markets where people won't want to go out on dates and stuff like that. And not it doesn't really celebrate as much as a family, more so than it is for like dates, really, because you go out there and like it's a pretty light. Let's see if I can find a picture of some of the Christmas market stuff here. Oh wait, I think this one's a safe one. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this 100% works. And you can see here, I'll show you in a second. Oh. Hold that thought. I think I'm getting a phone call. Hang on. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that. I had to mute myself. Oh, I can hear myself. I can't hear myself. Hold on. Let me pull up the wave link real quick. To mute me. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. So, going back to the whole idea that Christmas is essentially Valentine's Day, there's just pretty lights everywhere. It's creating like that amazing date night mood. Oh, is that what's happening? Huh. Here. Oh, okay. I think okay. I'm gonna have to refix the audio at some point. Thank you for pointing that out. It does help because I haven't had a chance to really test this as much since I got this new streaming equipment. So I'm still making sure I navigate all of this appropriately until, you know, eventually it gets sorted out. But yeah, for I think let me do this. This will work. There we go. At least the music should still be in the background now. I don't know if it doubles up, but hopefully this stops it. Is it doubling up the music or no? Oh, okay. Got it. I think I'm just getting a little bit of a delay since you're, getting the stream a little bit late. Anyways, so when it comes to Japan and you come in during Christmas time, it's very much a couples thing. I mean, you can already see like there's two couples like off to the left side. You've already got them taking a photo right there. You've got another couple kind of walking away right now and there. It's got such a mood to like, create this, romantic feel in the vibe. It very much abandoned, like it still has the Christmas part where you want to get presents for the other person or your significant other in that regard, but never really like presents for like family members per se. So it was always like kind of weird when I saw it. I was like, okay. It's because you'll occasionally see like some young parents with their 1-year-old because there's like a few, they really love the pretty lights and stuff, but that's pretty much the extent of it. The majority of it was all like couples going out, especially a lot taking like Instagram and social media photos of like them and their significant other, or if they were by yourself. This is the one thing I saw a lot happen, was that if you were like by yourself or you were single, sometimes if you're like a big anime fan or a big fan of like a what do you call it, like a K-pop group or like an idol or whatever, what they would actually do is they would take selfies with like a cell phone picture of their idol next to them and like take it in the shot, take it like as if they were on a date or something with them. And I was like, whoa. There were some who are also, I could tell like with like an Instagram, it seemed like it was like intended to, they would have a plushie with them and they would be aiming for like the perfect lighting to set up like a tiny little plushie in their hands and have it sit like either on their hand right with the background with the lights in the background so that they can take it like a very nice aesthetic shot. And I was just like, oh, you're and granted, like I understand it, like if you're trying to build up a social media following or anything like that, but it was a little too, what's the word, like a little too overt. Like every few photos that we saw setting up of people taking photos was either couples or somebody with like their favorite anime character or plushie with them, or setting it up to be like an Instagram post or something like that. And I was just like, whoa, okay. And yes, I took photos too. I took a lot of photos, but it was like with me and wifey, we did the whole couples thing because we're married. That's just what it is. But to see kind of like them with their favorite idol or their favorite anime character, I was like, ooh, wow, that's just kind of out in the open like that, huh? And it's like nobody's really cringing at them because like I'd say at least maybe a good quarter of them are doing it. I was like, I thought that was, I didn't know if that was cringe or not. I thought that was just kind of blatant. I think. All right, so this photo's a little, yeah, no, this one's not a really good photo. That's blurred to bits here. Let's see if I can find some more here. in between Christmas markets and such, we also went out and ate a lot of food, which I'm sure you guys are. I'm sure you're excited about. So we've had. I'm gonna pull up some of my favorites here. Had an amazing yakitori, or actually, we went to Moido. What is it called? Moido Yokocho. Right, and so that place is kind of like a place where they kind of preserve like how the tiny bar lifestyle was in Japan. So we would eat like skewers and beers and stuff. So you can see this one was like an assortment set of like pig, if I remember correctly. They call it like assortment of meat essentially. So let me see if I can do this. So you can see in the background like areas that you go to, especially around Tokyo, unless it's like a very, very like local joint, a lot of them will have some sort of like English menu, and some of them even plaster it saying like English menus here. And so, you know, it's still possible to navigate through it, and it honestly delicious, really good. I think it only cost us, I want to say $10. I think it was like for the 5 set. I think it was about $10 for the 5 set. Try to keep track of the food. I had stingray fin, which was an interesting one. Yep, stingray. This was stingray fin that was deep fried with a nice side of pew pew mayo to go alongside it. It was kind of nice to chew on. It was very chewy and really good, like in between foods kind of thing. It was absolutely delicious. Wifey and I had Odin as well. Well, Wifey ordered the Odin, like I think it was like a 7-piece Odin, something like that, where it's like 7 different types of meat and pieces on there. I think I can close these. Oh no. Yep, there it is. So yeah, the Odin had like egg and wieners, as well as chikoa, I think it's what it's called, as well as like fried tofu and stuff, and it just tasted delicious. I missed the food already. Can you tell I missed the food? And then we got a chance to like witness amazing views. Like I showed, like here's like one of my personal favorite shots. I don't know if this one will be one. This one was near the Tokyo government building, and it's such a. This had to have been like 8 o'clock at night. This was like at 8 o'clock at night. I was trying to take a gorgeous photo, just because something that looks really aesthetic. This had to have been, I think, near Shinjuku Chuo Park, and I just thought, I was like, damn, this is a really nice aesthetic ass photo, and I really wanted it. We went up to the Tokyo government building as well. So if you ever want to go sightseeing, like if you want to get like some really good views without having to spend a ton of money going to like Tokyo Skytree or Shibuya Sky, because you have to pay to get to the top of those. You gotta do something. You can go to the Tokyo government building. I think that one is free to get up there, and then they also have a little gift shop up there, and obviously directly supports people. So what is up with this music right now? What the hell is this? Well, let's switch it up here a little bit. I'm gonna switch it to put some lo-fi in the meantime here. There we go. So I'm going to show you probably one of my favorite shots I ever got in the Tokyo government building. This is like, I'm planning on putting this as my background for my desktop when I get a chance to. Let's see this. So this is the shot I took from the Tokyo government building, and it's a skyline of Japan, and it's probably one of my most favorite shots that I ever got a chance to take. It captures like the reason why I love like being out in Tokyo at night. It's so aesthetic, it's so gorgeous. Like, this looks like something I would like try to wallpaper or something, but like, no, I love the fact that I was able to recreate this photo. You can obviously see there might be a little imperfections on the upper left there, so you can still see like obviously that was where the reflection of like the light inside the room was. But for the most part, I thought this was an amazing shot. And this is just straight up taken from my phone. And like it's shots like that that like inspire me, that that bring joy to me when I go travel and stuff. And I don't even know what this building is in front of us, to be honest. but regardless, like looking out at like these scenes, and if you're ever out there in Tokyo, like go to the Tokyo government building, it's free. Go up to the top at nighttime and get those beautiful shots. It's so worth it and doesn't cost you a thing. It's probably one of my favorite pieces, like one of my favorite shots I ever took. Other things we've done, I mean, there's an interesting story that actually ended up happening. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna figure out how I can. I don't know if I actually took a photo of it, but we went to Golden Guy, which is like an area where you can like, it's essentially like looks like a CD bar area, but it's actually like a really touristy spot. Oh wait, hold on. Here's this is Omoide Yokocho, the one where I ate some of those shots where I had a bunch of those skewers in like a little tiny area. So you can see off to the left right there that people would just sit right there and then they just serve you right off to the side like that. I love how it says Wagyu beef. Looking back on this one, we got there a little early, and so a lot of the restaurants had not opened up yet. So we were just kind of like taking some shots. There were definitely, I can 100% confirm, there were at least 3 Instagrammers trying to do like a photo shoot in this alleyway, and they were getting annoyed because I was just standing there, and they were like, I'm pretty sure I'm ruining their shot. And I was like, I'm sorry, I just gotta stand here for whatever reason, you know. I'm just looking for food, you know. And they're doing like that funny Instagram one where they're kind of like looking up in like the upper left corner of the photo, and they're like, oh, look at the pretty lights. And I'm like, just take the damn photo. Like, come on, like I'm trying to walk, I want to enjoy. Oh wait, I think the lady in this photo, the one behind her, because I think the lady here is the photographer, but the one behind her was the one who was asking for the photo for them. So if I remember, if my memory serves me on that one. And so I was just like, I don't care if you're in my shot, I just want, no one's gonna really care what you look like, I just want the photo of everything else. It looks gorgeous. It just looks absolutely gorgeous, and I just want to see this. Instagrammers sometimes. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna care. Oh, here we go. I do have shots of it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these photos are really out of order. So sorry if I'm bouncing all over the place. The Tokyo government building, going back, here is the Tokyo government building from basically the ground floor. This is what it looks like. It was red because they were actually showing a presentation. They were actually doing like a live projection on the Tokyo government building, where you can actually sit down in the lawn and then watch like a music video being projected onto the building itself. And I think they do it like every night, if I remember correctly, or like every like other night. And so it would play these music videos, and it was really like cool to just kind of be immersed in that moment. And it kind of felt really nice, because it like with Japan, it's just like, okay, we walked around so many places that were just like late at night, and we weren't like scared or anything because we didn't feel like we were gonna be bugged or anything. We felt very safe throughout our time being there. Here's a shot. I think this is a good shot. Let's double check. Ooh, this one's a little blurry. This one came out. That's better. That one's a better shot. So I took a photo when we were crossing the street in, I want to say Shinjuku? Yeah, Shinjuku, before we got to Golden Guy as well. So this is what it looks like. I'm literally just crossing the street and I just whip out my phone and just like quick picture of it. It's understandable because it is generally safe. Yeah, I think the only one that's like not safe. Yo, yes, we saw like school children taking the subway system either with a buddy, or we saw like one kid who took the subway by himself, and I was like, damn. And he was young, like I want to say like 5-6 years old, and I was like, holy crap, this kid's just, you know, doing his own thing. He had his school uniform, he had his backpack and all that stuff, and he was just, you know, he had his own little pass card, went in, did his thing, and moved on. I was like, dang, that's kind of cool and kind of nice to know that, like, if you did live there and your children needed to go do something, especially, you'd probably be safe for a majority of it. Insane. This is a gorgeous shot. I just took this because pretty lights, Japan, you know, amazing city view. So, oh yeah, here's like the one shot picture I think I took of Golden Guy. Golden Guy, very well known for their like really tiny bars. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Oh, what's happening? Oh, I guess not. I think I have too many photos open here. Give me a second. I'm gonna close these up for a bit. Yep. Just gonna consolidate some of these photos real quick. Then pull up this one. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. There we go. Yeah, Golden Guy, you can clearly see. I don't know if I don't think it's necessarily intended to look seedy, but it just gives you like that true like cyberpunky vibe. If you've ever wanted to go and see what like what's the name of that area? It's not what's the name of that area in Cyberpunk? Slums? No, it's not the slums. It's like, if you've played Cyberpunk, you know what I'm talking about. It kind of gives you that same Cyberpunk vibe, but like more of like a 90s edge instead of like the 80s version. It's actually really cool. A lot of the bars really tiny. You get a chance to drink. A lot of tourists kind of come through here, so you're less likely to find local Japanese people. But you'll still see them occasionally. But still, great way to just hop around bars, try out different places, and meet some locals occasionally, especially like the bartenders. Wifey and I, we went to a whiskey bar in that area, and it was run by this old lady. She's so nice. She's like, you know, showing us the whiskey, giving us a good taste, and great. And funnily enough, we ran into these I want to say like there was an American tourist and then an Australian tourist who were like buddies. They had come to Japan to check out a hot rod car show that was in Yokohama, and they had come to Golden Guy to kind of drink and catch up and stuff. And we were just chatting up with them, and then next thing I know, the guy was like, yeah, by the way, I'm friends with James Hetfield, the leader, the main singer of Metallica. And I was like, wait, what? Really? And he's like, yeah. So this guy proceeds to whip out his phone and shows us James Hetfield's phone number and a picture of him on there. And I was like, oh shit, like, is that actually his phone number? He's like, yeah, that's his actual phone number. He was like, how did you meet him? And he said, if I remember the story correctly, he sold a car to James Hetfield, and that's how they became friends. And then on top of that, I found out that guy, the guy I was chatting with, he is actually like a wood supplier for Burning Man. Now, if you're not familiar with Burning Man is like this desert festival that occurs every year. Usually most people know it for like the giant, wooden burning person that they usually do at the end, like, I don't know if it's like during or after, at the end or somewhere in between, where they like light it on fire or whatever. So he's actually like the wood supplier for Burning Man. And I was like, oh. And we just kept talking, and there's like other stuff included into that, and it was just really cool. And his Australian friend was like hilarious, as most Australians have been I've ever met. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like if you go to like some of these bars, you may, if you're not attempting to try to talk to Japanese people, if you run into like some international tourists, you never know what you're gonna end up who you're gonna end up talking to and end up just kind of having a good time with. I mean, those guys were hopping from bar to bar, and we were just kind of like one bar and just kind of chilling out for the most part. But it was a great time. It was like the vibe that I was really aiming for when I got there. Let me just check. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit to kind of hide that a little bit. But here's a little snippet of us, what we were drinking. You can see like the coffee grain on to the left side here. Also had like the Nika, the coffee malt, and all that stuff. So that was all there as well. Fantastic place, whiskey place. If you asked me to find that place again, I probably wouldn't know where to even look or even to start, because shit, dude. it's crazy. Like you just kind of hop. That's kind of the thing, was like we just kind of hopped into one place and we're like, okay, go eat there. Try this place. See what happens. After that night, we kind of vibed out. Oh, actually, I think this. Okay, here we go. This will help. So every day when we were in Tokyo at our hotel, we were actually given a buffet breakfast. I specifically looked for a hotel that had a nice little buffet breakfast, because it would at least save us a little bit of time. Or I wouldn't say a little bit of time. Saves us a little bit of money when it came to like getting food in the morning. This is like, okay, if we're really hungry, the breakfast buffet is going to cover us. If we're not as hungry, it doesn't really matter. Just you can eat as much as you want. So this is like a little snippet of what I would probably eat a majority of those days when we had our breakfast buffet. The bottom left, you obviously the is like a multivitamin powder that wifey bought for us. She had one of her own as well to kind of like keep ourselves nice and boosted, while to prevent getting sick or anything like that. But it would include like Japanese style scrambled eggs, tater tots with ketchup, small mini pancakes, a plethora of like pastries, including like cinnamon rolls, croissants, I think this was like a mini apple pie. A little bit of bacon, a little bit of sausage. There was then miso soup. There was also like rice porridge as well that you could customize. They had cereal. Of course, there was coffee, juices, and like example, like the onigiri that's available. That was every day when we were there, and it was fantastic to just know that like if we wanted to, we can just go over there. There was a little bit of a time gap of when we were allowed to eat, or like when it would breakfast would be available to, because I think it stopped at like 10 a.m. And so we wanted to make sure at least we get there at least early enough so that we could at least get a spot to eat some food. It was a fantastic meal regardless. Like even though it looks simple and stuff, it's just like a comfort meal to have between every. What? These were just like a little bit of snippets. I just realized I've been yapping for like already an hour and a half, and I didn't even realize it's been an hour and a half. I do have to work tonight, unfortunately, and I did work last night. So I'm probably gonna call it here, at least for this morning. I would love to keep going and talking some more, but we can talk some more about Japan and stuff, and kind of do that throughout the next couple of streams. And I'll also try to play some games in between as well, because Billionaire is out. So I'm excited for that, and a few other games have come out that I do want to check out as well. Also, Helldivers 2 got their update, and I've been keeping an eye also, as well as the Game Awards and all that stuff that's been going around. It's been insane. That's, you know, how much happened for the 2 weeks I was gone. So we're gonna have to do all of that. We've got all this week to do many things, and still even more weeks going into this. This week I am streaming. I think a majority of the streams will be short this week, so let me just check the calendar. We are looking at, today is Tuesday. Yes, Wednesday is also going to be a short stream. Thursday is going to be a short stream. Friday might be a little bit of a longer stream, and I might maybe do a bonus stream on Saturday, depending on how everything pans out. As of right now, I gotta go figure out what I need to eat, because since wifey and I had been gone for a bit, we don't really have as much food, so I gotta go figure out what I'm gonna scrap for breakfast. With that said, I just want to say thank you, Crocus, for hanging out. It's been fantastic that you've been able to hear and check out all the stuff and Japan adventures that have been happening. I'll be open to always talking more about it all the time, and pull up as many pictures as I want, just because it was such an amazing adventure that I would highly recommend anybody at least who has an inkling of wanting to go to Japan to do it at least once in their life. You'll either love it or hate it, depending on which area you end up in, because there are some parts of Japan that are a little overwhelming. I don't say like I hate it, I just a little overwhelming. Like Akihabara. I love Akihabara, but Akihabara, it's a lot. That's a lot to take in at once. With that said, thank you guys for the journey. If you guys have not subscribed and you guys are lurking in the background, please consider following. Try to stream Tuesday through Friday, and then add wherever I can. I'm gonna have to review the audio of this footage eventually and take a look and see what I can fix up in terms of, you know, music and such. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Thank you, Crocus, so much for hanging out, and thank you to everybody who is lurking on the YouTube side of thing. I hope that the stream will eventually fix itself. Have a great day. I will see you next time tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.